Hey, welcome. It's us, BadBadHats from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you. Thank you all for meeting us here in the middle of nowhere. That's what the space is called. This is what the space is called. But actually, we are very excited because this is actually our very first time playing in Tolland, Connecticut. I know. Thank you. So I'm so glad you're here. It's not we've been doing this so long. Sometimes we don't get to go to as many new places anymore.
Doesn't happen
often anymore. So it's so nice to play a very new place. Our very first time in Tolland. Never been before. So I'm glad you're here for this historic event. Yes. And I do hope we become very famous so you can tell this story for generations to come. We have a great show for you tonight. We will be playing, sharing some songs, sharing some stories, hopefully some laughs. So thank you all for being here. And we'll get it going. And Austin, you just let us know if we need to adjust anything. We're just going to jump into it, right, Chris?
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
Wasn't gonna tell ya, I wasn't gonna say ya what I wasn't gonna tell ya, I wasn't gonna say ya what, but you look right up at me with your eyes blinking so pitifully, and if you don't mind me saying so, I love you. A song we call Joseph, and we like to dedicate the song to all the Josephs out there, which statistically is 62% of every audience. Whoa, that doesn't seem right, but I guess there are a lot of Josephs out there. Ready, Chris?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. playing for you this evening songs from throughout our illustrious catalog. Old songs, new songs, never before heard songs, songs in a box, songs with a fox. So yes, let's see, we've already played one song from our Hertz EP, which turned 10 years old this year. I know. Gosh. It's hard to believe because we still look so incredible, Chris. Our skin, flawless as ever. But yes, 10 years old we've been doing this. And then we played a song from our debut first album, Psychic Reader. But now we'd like to play a song from our third album, which we just realized recently we really missed the chance to call that album Hat Trick. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't think of that third album, BadBadHats Hat Trick. It would have been amazing. But what are you gonna do? We called it instead Walkman, because there's a song on it called Walkman. And we'd like to play that song for you right now. Ready, Chris? Okay. Heavy metal, rock and roll. It makes sense when you lose control. When I met you, I think maybe has kind of given people maybe the wrong impression about me. The song is called Nothing Gets Me High, which is somewhat inspired by the fact that I personally have never been high. I know it's hard to believe because I am so chill. But it's true. It's just like I never got my ears pierced, never been high. That's just me. But Chris, I want the people to know that I am still really fun at parties. I bring a soda to share. I got lots of good stories to tell.
That's true.
And I always leave by 10 p.m. So really, people could invite me to parties, and they should invite me to parties. So we would like to play for you our party rock anthem, a song called Nothing Gets Me High. And I'm realizing now this may be the first time we've ever gotten to play the song at the basement show. So here we go. Is actually becoming one of my very favorites to play on this living room tour. I really like the arrangement that we came up with for it. Something about the song, like, really, it just makes me feel like I'm in like a late 90s, early 2000s, like rom-com. Like, I just feel like this song, it would go perfectly, like, either in that moment where, like, the two main characters are like, they're starting to fall in love right before the betrayal. You know that moment, everything's great, they're romping around, at the paintball arena before everything goes wrong. Or it could go at the end, after the betrayal, but also after the apology and the makeup when they're dancing by the poolside. I think it could go great there. But something about the song just makes me very nostalgic for my youth, Chris. Those were the days of my youth, the early 2000s. My chunky belt, my flared jeans, and my tween strands. The internet tells me they're called tendrils, but I've always known them as tween strands. That's where you get two little pieces of hair. Right, you get them wet in the sink. Rest of your hair are bone dry, but you get these two little pieces wet in the sink, so they stick right here, framing your beautiful features. I did that for many a school photo in the early 2000s. But of course, they only stay that way for about 20 minutes before they dry out as well. But in those 20 minutes, you are unstoppable. So may we all live in the 20-minute sun of the tween strand. And listen to the song. Right, Chris? Here we go. What do you see when you're looking at me? Am I a leaf on the tree of a song on repeat? 'Cause when I look at you, I could cry out my life. 'Cause you look like the future and I cannot keep up. And I'm sorry that my heart keeps a running like a train rolling on down the line. I'm sorry that my heart keeps a running behind. But you are always on time. Always on time. I need a second to see who I'm gonna be. But you are always on time. Sometimes I think I'd be better without you still waiting at my back and you're tears in my mouth. And I make some new plans and I place of my own, but it wouldn't be fair and I wouldn't be home without you. And I'm sorry that my heart keeps a running like a train rolling on down the line. I'm sorry that my heart keeps a running behind. 'Cause you are always on time. Always on time. I need a second to see who I'm gonna be. But you are always on time. Always on time. Always on time. Always on And I'm sorry that my heart keeps a running. Always on time. Always on time. Always on time. Always on time. I need a second to see who I'm gonna be. But you are always on time. Thank you. Thank you. And that is, of course, the only BadBadHats song that shares a title with a Ja Rule song. And we're very proud of that. So, yeah, we're really excited to go on this tour, and it's been so amazing so far, just to be in these amazing small spaces with everyone just close together. And it's also been super fun because, like, this is how almost every BadBadHats song begins, just with me and my guitar and Chopped blaring in the background on my TV. Just every voice memo I have of an idea just has someone yelling about the ice cream machine in the background. But that's my process. But it's cool. So it's nice to be able to play these songs sort of like in the way that they were sort of born, just stripped down to the basics. But also, this arrangement is how Chris and I used to play way back in the day when we were doing the farmers market circuit, open mic night circuit, paying our dues. So it's been really fun, and it's all got me feeling very nostalgic for those early days. And I was thinking it might be fun on this tour, that this would be a perfect space to bring back a song we used to play way back when that we just retired from the set for whatever reason, just because we had more new songs that needed to get in there. And one song in particular came to mind that was always one of my favorites to play. And speaking of early 2000s movies, this song is inspired by a film called A Walk to Remember. And if you haven't seen this movie, please allow me to give you a brief plot synopsis. Okay, Shane West. He's our one of our leads. He's kind of running with a bad crowd, bad influences, and very early in the movie, he and a group of other students cause bodily harm to another student. Not good. So he gets called to the principal's office because, a harsh penalty is coming. They're like, Shane, not good. You are in so much trouble, and your punishment is that you have to be in the school musical. I don't know. That's how they do it there. But Shane's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I can't be in the school musical. I'm like a cool bad boy. Because like, what am I going to do? He's like, wait, I know someone who can help me figure this out. Mandy Moore in a cardigan. So he's like, hey, Mandy, first of all, is that a new cardigan? Looks good. Second of all, you gotta help me out, Mandy. They're making me be in the school play. I don't know how to do that. You're the only one who can help me. And Mandy's like, Shane, I'll help you. But there's one rule. Do not fall in love with me. Wow. So bold, right?
So bold. What happens?
Well, Chris, that's actually all I'm going to say about the plot of the movie. I want to stop there because I feel like I've piqued the interest of everyone here. Everyone's dying to see how this musical turns out. So I'll let them watch the film on their own. But this was one of my favorite movies when I was young. I saw it in theaters when it came out at the Open Air Mall in Birmingham, Alabama, where I grew up. It was right next to Johnny Rockets and a Barnes & Noble. We made a day out of it. Went to the Barnes & Noble, didn't buy anything, got an icy from the Mrs. Fields, all shared like 2 burgers at the Johnny Rockets, then went to the movie, and then we're like, Mom, come get us. A perfect day in 2001. But anyway, I was writing a song that was sort of turned out to be like a classic, like, I can't help falling in love with you kind of song. And I was like, this makes me think of my old friends Shane and Mandy. So I decided to call the song The One Rule.
Sleep inside your bed. I want to live inside your routine, baby. I could walk all night and day with your endless beauty, yeah. very exciting part of the show, because right now, because we're in these great spaces, we're all so close together, and I can mostly see you all. This is the part of the show where we'd like to open it up for any questions. If anyone has any questions for us about anything at all, about the process, something silly, something about our impeccable sense of style, I don't know, anything like that. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, please.
Where's the name come from?
Where does BadBadHats, the name, come from? Let me tell you. Are you familiar with the Madeline children's books?
Yes.
Rings a bell.
Yes, so like yellow hats and a nun. They're like in France. It's like a boarding school. They're in two straight lines, lots of yellow hats. I used to read those books when I was young, and then one of the books in the series was called Madeline and the Bad Hat, and it's a reference to that. Yes. We never remember why we chose it, but that's where it's from. Yes. Yes, thank you. Does anyone else have a question? Yes, please.
What's your favorite song of yours?
What's my favorite of my own songs? That's a good question. Do you have an answer, Chris?
It's tough. It's hard to pick one.
Yes, because we've seen them from start to finish. Yeah. We've been through so much with them. I mean, I have a few favorites, and it probably like changes every once in a while. But I think being on this tour and playing the songs, "Nothing Gets Me High" has always been one of my favorite songs that I've written. I'm one of the ones I'm like prouder of. I don't know, something about it. Like when I first wrote it, I sort of thought it would be sort of like I wrote it as like an emo vibe, and I remember saying I sent it a voicemail to my friend and being like, "Look, I wrote this like emo, like pop punk song." But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know, there's something about this song that's like kind of fun. And then the studio, it just like really came together in a cool way, and the sort of like what's the best word for it? Sort of like a moody energy. But yeah, it's always been one of my favorite, and I really enjoy singing the melody with Chris. So maybe that's my answer, though. It'll probably change tomorrow.
Yeah. I think my favorites are on our new album, which we will maybe talk about a bit later. But
yeah,
that's always how it goes. Always the new ones that you're really excited about.
Right. Yes. But you don't know any of those songs yet. That's a little bit of a tricky answer, Chris.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. But yes, thank you for asking. Does someone else have a question? Yes, in the back.
Do you have any book recommendations?
Book recommendations. Yes, let's see. I read lots of mysteries. That's like always my go-to. When we have like a family like summer like beach house that we all go to, and my grandma is like my grandma's house, and she like collects Agatha Christie books, so those are always like my beach reads. So I love a mystery on the beach, and I just read a mystery called The Maid. I had never heard of it before, but I just like picked it up before a big trip, and before an international trip, and I was like super jet lagged, and like we were so tired, but we stayed up till like 6 p.m. We're like, that's pretty good. Like we tried our best. We made it to 6 p.m. and like we'll probably sleep like 14 hours and everything will be fine. And then I woke up like, oh my god, like what time is it? Like I've been out so long, and it's like only 9 p.m. and you're like, oh no. It's like the worst feeling ever. So I was up from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. just reading The Maid. So that's the best endorsement I can give it. But you've been reading some interesting stuff, Chris. What have you been reading?
I really like Sapiens. You know that one? It's kind of like a digestible history of humans.
Yep.
Which sounds intense, but it's pretty readable.
Yeah.
My favorite sci-fi is a book called Hyperion by Dan Simmons. Really like that.
Yes.
3 books.
It is like, a huge thing, but the first one I think is cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Actually,
Find
also,
me later.
Actually, a book I just remembered that I just finished is a book called Major Labels, which is like a music history book that I really enjoy. And I think the guy who wrote it was like a New York Times music critic, and he kind of breaks up like the history of music into the main genres, so like rock and dance and hip hop and punk, and there are more that I'm forgetting. Country, of course. But it's really cool and it's nice. I kind of like that he sort of like kind of categorizes that way and kind of talks about how people are so have such an allegiance to like certain genres, and like, you know, how people are like I listen to everything but country, or like I only listen to country, and sort of how we sort of like tie ourselves to certain musical genres as like part of like our own identities. But it's great. Would recommend it. Major labels. So yes, thank you.
A few questions.
Yes, please, yes.
So, what are your guys' favorite up-and-coming bands?
Favorite up-and-coming bands? A great question. I am obsessed with a song called Always by a band called Baby Girl. I think they're from Toronto, maybe. And I will say I only know that one song, but that song alone is enough to hook me and recommend them to everyone. There's someone named Rafaela, who I really love, also local to Minneapolis, who just put out an EP that I really, really love. What else, Chris?
Yeah, one of our favorite bands is the Beths.
Mm-hmm.
I
I know.
mean, they're bigger than us probably.
I feel
but
like-
they're up and coming
Yeah, I
to a
feel
lot
like
of people.
yeah, they're up in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't know the best, you have to check them out.
We just missed them. They were here 2 months ago.
I know we keep like being on
like
tour.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Which is very sad. But we'll find them again. We'll just have to go to New Zealand and see them.
The show you played with them was dynamite.
Thank you.
Probably the best show I've ever
Oh,
seen.
great. We love to hear it. Yeah, we were so lucky to get to play with them. Yeah, those are the ones that are coming to mind right now. But if I think of more, I'll tell you later. Yes. Yes. And you back there. Yes.
The sort of out-of-time guitar solo on Nothing Gets Me High.
Oh, yes.
Is that at all inspired by the out-of-time piano solo on Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hands?
Whoa. No.
It wasn't.
But
I'm intrigued now, yeah.
I don't think I know that song.
It's like a 90s song. I think the band is Primitive Radio Gods.
Primitive Radio Gods. Okay, now I want to listen to it. But I will tell you, the story of that solo is that we wrote the song and we had a moment. It was like, you know, sometimes you write a song and you're like, okay, and then here's where the guitar solo will go, blank, blah, blah, blah.
We'll do that later.
We'll do that later. So you like record the whole song and then you have this like moment and it's like, okay, like, and I'm a very like goal-oriented person. So I have lots of like boards and stuff in the studio where I like to check off the things. It makes me feel good inside to check off the things. We did this, we did this, we did this. Okay, it's like, okay, now it's time for the guitar solo. But of course our friend Brett, who's our producer, who's produced all of our records, he's a great like foil to me because he's like, let's just try something. I'm like, no. We don't need to try something. We just need to record the guitar solo. He's like, no, maybe we should just try something. So Brett's idea was he didn't want to do a traditional guitar solo. He had a tape machine, and he'd just been recording us like playing and noodling around and getting takes. And he was like, I bet I can find a piece of tape on my tape machine and just like chop it up and like make a loop, basically. And that's what he did. So it's like a loop and then the sped up version of the same loop on top of it is what is making the guitar solo. But it was just from like us like just going noodling around. So no one, it was already done. No one played it. We just went to the tape and said, oh, that's kind of cool, and plopped it on there. So yeah, that's what it is. It worked out.
And we didn't have to play guitar.
And we didn't have to play it, so it was already done. So it was kind of cool. I like that Brett's always been good about pushing us to do different stuff, and I think it has made BadBadHats sort of what it is. Is that us butting heads of going more pop traditional route and Brett's experimental route. So yes, but I will listen to that song, and I cannot wait. Does anyone else have a question? Yes.
All right, so you guys always close with "It Hurts."
Yes.
Is there a reason
Spoiler.
specifically why "It Hurts" is the closer?
I think the reason that It Hurts is is the closer is probably honestly basically just because like that was like our first like, for lack of a better word, hit. Like that was always the favorite song, and so like you want to end the set with like everyone's favorite song. But usually, you know, you put out more and more albums, there's like a new favorite song, and like the old favorite song gets like pushed to the wayside. But something about It Hurts, it just always felt like like a nice way to end, like very like buoyant and happy, and I don't know, and we just get to play like big open chords or something about it. Always felt like a really nice way to finish off the set. And then we did it so many times that was always the closer. And now I'm kind of superstitious about not playing it last in the set. So
There's been like 2 shows where we didn't play.
yeah, and I feel really weird after it. But yes, take that information and do what you want with it. Also, I want to say we will be doing another question portion later in the set, just in case anyone's like, what the heck? I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. You'll have time to formulate a question if you didn't get to answer or ask one now. I'm going to start tuning up my guitar here for this next song. But does anyone have one final question for this segment? Yes. Oh, yes, here.
Okay, so a question about, it's gonna sound cheesy. How did you know when you found the one, and any advice for like a new couple who's contemplating?
Oh, the what? You mean like, okay. I thought you meant like this is the chorus for me. No. I will say, I know this isn't for everyone, but I honestly felt like the first time not the first time like we met, but like very early, like I told my friend, like within days of like us starting to date, I just know that that's like gonna be my person. And it felt kind of wild to say that to someone, but I really just did feel like it just felt like really like correct to be. It just felt like I was like, yeah, I don't know, I just felt like very comfortable around him, and like I don't know, it was very instantaneous for me. And oftentimes I just look at Chris and sing, I knew I loved you before I met you. And he's like, oh. That's really how I felt. But I know that is not for everyone. I don't know. I think I just got lucky. But for me, it was just a feeling.
Yeah. I don't know. We just have fun together all the time.
All the time.
And
we spend every waking moment together.
basically, yeah, that's true.
Basically, that's true. So I don't know. I forget the second part of the question, but
Advice for like a couple contemplating.
Oh, marriage. Yes. I don't know. Yes. Well, it's like I always think about that like Parks and Rec quote from like Leslie Knope, where she's like, "I love you, but I like you." Like there is like an element of like you have like a love for each other, but they're like an underlying like friendship and appreciation, like respect. I think is like really good. So yeah, I don't know. So
We don't really know.
We don't really know. We're not experts. But yeah, just follow your heart. But yes,
There you go.
I do. I love you and I like you. Okay, now we'd like to play. Speaking of love, this song is dedicated to a very special gas station that is no longer with us. I know. It was bought by a conglomerate. You hate to see it. But it lives on in the song. A place called Super America.
I want a sweet tea and that won't break if you leave me, or pretend I'm not there. I wish you let me lose you. I wish you cut your hair. Oh, I'm a long way, turning around on the highway, or calling your phone, 'cause it's not my fault that you can't sleep alone. Honey, do but I don't have to tell you to. Me and you
change tide. Someday I'll call you back, 'cause I want you more than I want the things you like. Sweet tea and that will break. I want an icy and a nice birthday. I want a Pepsi and that will break. I want a Reese's and a nice birthday. I want a sweet tea and that will break. I want an icy and a nice birthday. I want a Pepsi and that will break. I want a Reese's birthday. I want a sweet tea and a heart that won't break. I want a heart that won't break. I want a heart that won't break. Thank you. Thank you. As Chris mentioned, we do have an album coming out.
New one is done.
The new one is done. I know. But because of bureaucracy, you will not get it for a little bit. It's mostly actually the vinyl. The vinyl takes a really long time to make. I think it's like one man and a tortilla press somewhere. He's working as hard as he can, but you can only do so much. But no, we will have that for you in the relatively near future, and we're very excited to share it. We basically like accidentally made it in our basement. We were just having fun, making songs, and all of a sudden we're like, whoa, I think we got 10 of these songs, which is always great when that works out that way. But we would like to now share with you the acoustic version of one of those scrappy basement tunes. And it goes a little something like this. CDs. You're an old soul, like a payphone everywhere I go. I think I hear you ringing. God, it's always something with you. My heart, your heart. Where does it end, baby? Where does it start? My heart, your heart. Where does it end, baby? Where does it start? Something with you, my heart, your heart. Where does it end, baby? Where does it start? My heart, your heart. Where does it end, baby? Where does it start? My heart, your heart. Where does it end, baby? Where does it start? My heart. Your heart. Thank you. Okay, now I'd like to play an old favorite that I wrote when I was studying abroad in Paris, France. Ooh, la la. Ha ha ha. I loved studying abroad in Paris. Like when I was young, I was really like a Francophile. Like I loved all French stuff, like especially the bread. And I just I always dreamed. I like took French class like all through school, and I always dreamed of living in Paris. And I finally got the chance, and just so enjoyed it. And I brought my guitar with me when I was there, and I was writing a lot of songs because I was so inspired by riding the train and going to the museums and just going on walks around such a beautiful city. And I would sit in my dorm room and I'd open my window, my cheese window. That's where I kept my cheese cold. I'd open my cheese window and let the cheese breeze blow through. And I would listen to the birds and the people in the streets and write my songs. And most of those songs became what is now known as the It Hurts EP. And that was kind of the first time that I had written songs that felt like they could be like a project, like they could be something for a band. Like I was really kind of finding my voice for the first time. So I that's always a special time when I think about writing songs in that little dorm. But I also wrote this song, which came out a little bit later. Just a little love song about missing someone, but worrying that they don't miss you as much as you miss them. You never say you love me, but you never let me fight you. Can't get you off my mind, babe, so I bought this dress to spite you. Oh baby, cause I hate you, cause you don't know what you got. Then I'll wear it to your house, and I'll let you take it off, cause I wanna be the one who holds you. I wanna be the one who says goodnight. Tell me that you're there, that you wanna be the one who holds me. You wanna be the one who says goodnight. I never get tired of dreaming, it's you I'm sleeping for. Wish I knew what you were thinking when you kissed me on the floor. But I'm not sorry you, that we did this whole thing wrong. And I never say I love you, but I meant it all along. So boy, just let me hold you. So boy, just let me hold you. Don't you dare say goodnight. You never say enough about us. How about a cover song? This one is an oldie, but a goodie. One of my favorites. Here it goes. Okay. Take a nothing Thank you. Thank you. For those who don't know, that is Love Is All Around, the theme song to the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And at the end of the intro, she throws her hat in like a freeze frame. She's like, and there's a statue of that freeze frame in downtown Minneapolis, where we're from. So when we were asked by a blog very early in the pandemic if we want to record a cover song for their blog, that song popped into my head as a local favorite, and also maybe like a little pep talk to myself. You're gonna make it. You are gonna make it. But that was maybe the silver lining of the pandemic was that we were sort of encouraged to try new things like with our band and get creative in ways to stay busy and stay connected to all of you. And so we did live stream cover shows where we play lots of covers and wear costumes around themes with only what we had in our house. So thank goodness we kept that drawer full of silk scarves, Chris. You're like, we're never going to use these, but then we did every week. But we also started a Patreon page, which has been super fun and like super creative and inspiring, because basically every month we write a new original song around like a musical theme or prompt. So we did like a country song, we did like a song with a key change, a surf rock song. We wrote a James Bond theme for a fictional James Bond movie that doesn't exist called Time to Kill. So it's been super fun. Like speaking of costumes, it's like every month we try on like a different musical costume, which is great because a lot of times you sort of like shy away from certain things. So you're like, oh, it doesn't sound like BadBadHats, or like it doesn't sound like us, or like it's not cool, or but I think by doing it, we've learned so much, and I think I'm learning like tricks that I will use for BadBadHats now because I like leaned into doing something that I normally wouldn't do. So we've loved it. And one of our favorite months that we did was Pop Punk Month, because we do got a little pop punk in us, don't we, Chris? Orange Julius is flowing through these veins. Yes, a little hot topic, Chris. That's right. So we couldn't wait to get into pop punk month, and we would like to share a pop punk song with you now. Of course, whenever we would do these like genre ones, we did like to sort of lean into like the cliches of the genre. So I closed my eyes and thought, what would Good Charlotte do? And I thought I did want to write a song about some teenagers who feel like they don't fit into society, and maybe are looking for that kind of acceptance, but they find it in someone else, in each other. The love and belonging that they seek, and then they don't need society to accept them because they accept each other as they are. So this song is called Moon Makes Three, because it's you and me, and the moon makes three. It is a love song because that's all I know how to do. Okay, ready, Chris? Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You and me
start a new life. Tomorrow looking so bright. We didn't see the headlights. Now it's you and me and the moon makes three. 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 You and me and the moon makes three tonight. Thank you. You just know it's gonna say Turnpike. I don't know why. That just felt right to me. All right, everyone. It's that time again. Does anyone have any questions for us? Yes.
Can we wish Chris happy birthday?
Please wish Chris a happy birthday. Yay! It was indeed Chris's birthday yesterday.
Yes, thank you.
Did you wish her anything? Sorry.
No.
Chris,
I'm on tour, my mind is blank.
you have everything you could ever wish
That's
for.
right, yes.
But yes, happy birthday, Chris. Also, yes, please.
Do you have any lyrics that you're really proud of writing?
Yes. I think Midway has some of my favorite lyrics. Oh, thank you. Yes, those verses, something about them. I like the imagery. I have always liked the line, the words you were not saying nearly filled the room, because I think probably a lot of people know that feeling of like, just like the heavy silence, really does feel like sort of like with this tension you can cut with a knife, sort of like that feeling of an all-encompassing, like everyone knows what's not being said right now, and I gotta get out of here. So yeah, that might be my favorite one. Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
If you weren't making music, what would you want to be doing?
That's a great question. We sometimes think about that because I know I will always make music. I just know I will. But my aging body will not always be able to sit in a minivan and drive around the country. So yeah, I am hoping. It's related to music, but I am hoping soon to like teach a songwriting class. That sounds really fun to me. Sort of like apply what I know about music, like in kind of like a different way. Otherwise, I mean, like partially the reason like we became a band was because like I couldn't figure out what I wanted to go to grad school for. So I was like, I was like a very studious person. I was like, gonna go to grad school for sure. And I was like, any day now, I'm just gonna know what I want to do there. I'm gonna know what I want to spend that money on, and it's just like I could never think of anything. I don't know what it was, and I think music has always been my passion and always been what I really enjoy. So I hope if I'm doing anything else, it is like music adjacent. Though I volunteered at a nursing home for a little bit, and I do. My grandma is like 93, and I've really enjoyed like getting to know her like as an adult and. So there's part of me that like really would maybe, I don't know how people who work in nursing homes as like aides, I think are amazing. And I cannot do that because I'm not good at the medical field. But there's part of me that I would love to do maybe something in sort of like the field of aging, and sort of like, I don't know, figuring out a way to like make that a better experience for older people. But I think I got some time to figure that out. What about you, Chris? What would you be doing?
Well, yeah, I'd probably work in like music tech or something like that. I love all the gear related to it and everything like that. But if I never heard of music and I couldn't do anything music related, I don't know. I worked at the Veterans Hospital for a little while. Maybe doing something healthcare like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Research or something.
Yeah, the world is our oyster, because we can do whatever. Yeah. Any day now. Once this music thing peters out.
Yeah.
But I think we will always be writing songs and making albums. That's my hope. But yeah, thank you. Oh yes, please.
I was curious, what songs surprised you in the writing and recording process? Like either like, this was easy, maybe too easy.
It was too easy.
Maybe you thought it was going to be easy and it became like Zeno's paradox, like you're never
Yes.
getting there, or like you didn't expect where you're gonna end up.
Yes, that is a great question because there are a lot of songs like that, which I love. Because sometimes it's like, there's so many things in the music, like, it's such a beautiful thing to be like surprised by music and to be like sort of in awe of music. Like, I think, like, I wish sometimes I could go back to being like 10 years old and listening to Britney Spears for the first time and being like, wow, like, oh my gosh, this is the most incredible thing I've ever heard. And like, I have no idea what's happening. Like, I was like, how do they get people who sound exactly like Britney Spears to like sing with her? Like, I didn't realize that you like could record like multiple tracks. So it pains me sometimes that like doing this so much you kind of do lose a little bit. You get to peek behind the curtain. So it's always so beautiful like when things do kind of surprise you in the studio. I think one song that comes to mind is Walkman actually, was a song that we went into the studio and all we had was my voice memo of just the chords and the melody. And that one turned out like, not like super different from what I thought it would, but like, it was not what I think anything that I could have imagined, which is the beauty of collaboration. That's like why you have more people in the room who are like, what if we did this? And they're like, whoa, what if we did do that? One song that was weirdly hard, Automatic, the one on Lightning Round on the album, that vocal, I think I was just like having like a breakdown or something, but that vocal took me like 11 hours to get like the vocal take. Because I just like, I don't know why, I just like, I wanted to like do it right, and I think Brett was just like, we'll just keep going. But then you reach a point where you're like, now it's gonna take even longer because you're like way past the point. But that one was weirdly hard to get that down.
I think I left.
You left. You for sure left. You definitely left. But then when we did the piano version, I did that vocal in one take. But it was because I had done so many reps, I think, before. Are there any that come to mind? Do you, Chris, like surprising moments?
Psychic Reader was probably like Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we had that experience.
Yeah, Psychic Reader. We just came in with the voice memo, and but we had said that it was kind of like Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, in that and Katy Perry song. I read like an article about these songs that basically the chord structures. You know, like when you play a song, it's like like it ends on a chord and it feels like bump bump bump. It like feels like it's ending really nicely. That's like called the one chord, and it's like a nice anchoring point. It makes you feel good when it goes. But Dreams and Katy Perry's Teenage Dream, I think, never hit the one chord. So you're like in this constant state of like, oh, are we gonna like ever like land? And I read that article and I was like, that's so super cool. So that's what I did for a Psychic Reader. It also never hits the one chord. But so then, because I was talking about Dreams, Psychic Reader also does the same like cymbal crash that Dreams does. No, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, next time you're listening, so do a little compare. Yeah, good answer, Chris. Does anyone else have a question? Yes, please.
Chris, favorite pedal, and have you read The Expanse?
The Expanse? No, I have not.
Feel like
Sci-fi?
Yep. Sci-fi.
Yeah, cool. Favorite pedal is this Mood, Chase Bliss Mood, which just can make it go like backwards. Kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
Creative stuff you can do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man down.
Great. Does anyone else have a question?
Yeah.
What are your favorite, like, weird, quirky, bizarre, roadside, or, like, local places
Oh, yeah.
on tour, especially in New England?
Especially New England.
New England.
The people like that one. Yeah, what are Chris? Yeah, where are we going in New England that we like to go to?
Everything's so close together.
I know. Well, for those who don't know, Chris is actually a fellow New Englander. He is from Connecticut. This is Chris's home state show. So.
Wait, he's from Connecticut?
From Connecticut.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Where in Connecticut?
Guilford, Connecticut. Nobody knows where that is.
But yes, we have lots of Yukon Huskies merchandise in our home for the basketball. Yukon basketball. But yes, what are our favorite roadside? I'm like trying to figure out, because I like everything that always comes to mind is like I'm all about like food on tour. So I have like vast lists of my favorite food. But like, what are like our attractions that we go to, Chris? Do we do anything like that? Now I'm like, what do we do on tour?
We go to Topgolf
We go to Topgolf, yeah.
occasionally.
Occasionally, get our exercise in. I don't know.
I feel like there's weirder stuff out west, but what do we do?
Yeah. Food is good too.
Did you go to that place in Texas where you can get like the 72-pound steak or whatever?
No.
I know what you're talking about. It's like a truck stop, and you can get like a 8-pound steak or something.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. No, but we haven't done that. We went to like, we did recently go to the American Gothic House. That was kind of fun. It's in like this really small town in Iowa. And we didn't even plan to go, but there was like a tiny sign that was like, this way to the American Gothic House. And we were like, skirt! Like, go, we're never going to be able to do this again. So that was kind of nice. I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Wall Drug in South Dakota.
Oh,
was
yes,
like,
that's
that's
a staple.
It's kind of weird.
That's a staple.
Yeah.
But like there are so many nice like little. We've been to like to nice because we've been to like nice little towns in New England, like not on tour, that like we really enjoy, just like futzing around, like driving. I mean that is what's nice. I love just like looking at. Oh, Chris. Yeah, driving around, seeing the little places. I don't know why we're really blanking. So every time we come to New England, we're just trying to get the pizza. That's our primary focus, to get some New Haven pizza, right, Chris?
That pays your salary.
But
Modern.
Yeah, someone had to say it. But this is making me feel like you need to tell us after the show what we're missing, because we clearly are. All right, everyone, we will be at this merch table after. I'm sorry if we didn't get to all your questions, but please come see us and we'll answer all of your many questions. Chris, let's do a little switcheroo, shall we?
Okie doke.
We just have a few songs left for you this evening before we say goodbye. Thank you. Okay. Just to show you we got range. Oh, yeah. Did you get it? Okay.
You got it?
Yes, I'm ready, Chris.
Sitting in the backseat on a Saturday night, places racing past me, spitting halogen light. I wish that you would ask me if I'm feeling alright. The shadows you were casting nearly swallowed the night. But God, I could have kissed you. 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 Midway between the end and the start, I cried like a baby, and I tore you apart. Midway between the end and the start, I cried like a baby, and I tore you apart. And I knew that I'd leave you by the middle of June. You touched me on my shoulder blade, soft like a tune. I wanna hear you tell me you don't know what you'll do. The words you were not saying nearly filled up the room. But God, I could have kissed you. 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 Midway between the end and the start, I cried like a baby, I tore you apart. Midway between the end and the
much again for being here. We're BadBadHats. I'm Carrie. That's Chris. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to play in Connecticut. It's a beautiful state, and we love coming. So we thank you all. Please give it up for our amazing host this evening, Knowhere. Yay! Thank you to Austin and everyone for applying and offering to let us play a show here. It's been really great, and we really appreciate it. Yes, please come see us at the merch table over here. We'll be selling our wares, and we'd love to say hi to you and answer any questions you might still have. We have 2 more songs for you before we say goodbye. This next song is about learning to love yourself. And of course, that song is called Detroit Basketball. Deserves my kissing and doesn't blow my money on the Detroit Pistons. Stop and start it over again. Stop and start it over again. He says he doesn't love me, that's his final decision. Guess I'll move out and start feeding the pigeons. Stop and start it over again. Stop and start over again. Start over again.